Hello and welcome to another video. So today we're going to have a look at using the cosine rule, and the cosine rule is quite important because we don't always have angles or triangles that are presented to us as right angles. So let's have a look at a bit of an example to get the idea. So let's suppose that I've got a triangle in the shape, and let's say this side over here is A, and then we've got a vertex B and another vertex C. And this side over here I'm going to call A, and I'm going to call this B, and this is C. And it's quite important that you make these opposite. So see how big A is opposite. B's are opposite, C's are opposite. It's important you set out the problem that way because that's how the cosine rule works. So basically, the cosine rule says that if you've got a squared, well, that's equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times the cosine of a. Okay, so basically, for this to work, a has to be opposite to big A. And it has to correspond. If it doesn't, well, then it's going to screw up the whole problem. So suppose if I want to rearrange for the angle instead, what I have is this. I have cosine of A, which is equal to b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc. So let's have a look at an example. Okay, so let's say I have a triangle, and I've got the sides A, B, and C. And once again, I've got this side, which is 10, this is 5, and this is C here. Again, note that I've pointed this little c to be opposite the big C over here. And this is 67 degrees. Now I want to find out the value of little c. So c squared is a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine of c. And that's going to equal 5 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times 5 times 10 times cosine of 67. Now that's going to equal roughly 85.92. Now c is of course the square root of that. So we take square root of 85.92, which gives us roughly 9.27. So that's sort of how you go about using the cosine rule, and I'll see you in the next video.